This is a recording to show how code sharing can be made really easy. If you guys remember, when you use Eclipse and you use the control space functionality, Eclipse tends to give you suggestions of what you are trying to do. But a similar environment should be existing where code snippets, code functions, code should be made really easy for developers to share with each other. Let me give you a demo of the first approach. So, say for example, um, I'm a developer and I tend to use some pieces of code really frequently in my IDE. So, what I can do is I can basically create snippets of code in Eclipse. So I can select any piece of code and I can go and save it as uh, a piece of code for my local setup. So I can, and in the Eclipse world, it's called a template. Uh, Let me create a template by say hello, and I can actually save it. Now what happens is when I do that, there is a new template that gets generated for me, and at a later point of time, if I have to use this function anywhere in my, I can just double click on it, and this function says say welcome is going to get populated on its own. Yeah, so that was the first approach, but the downside of this approach is um, it's only available on your local Eclipse setup, and you cannot do it with the community of developers. In the second approach, we are going to use a plugin called GitLab plugin, snippets plugin, which basically allows you to upload your snippets onto the cloud, and anybody who's a part of that cloud, whoever is a member and whoever has the right permissions, can access those snippets as well. So I've already done the setup. I've already created, basically installed the plugin on my Eclipse, and I've also created a GitLab account for myself. So this is the one on the cloud, and I have right now access to some methods. Right now, what I'm going to do is show you the step. How can you go and add a snippet to the cloud, and how can then you retrieve it back? So you can go here and you can say create GitLab snippet, and you can give it a title. So I'll um, say welcome is the name of my snippet, and I can basically go and push it to the cloud. So once I do that, what happens is really simple. I'll refresh this page and I'll show you how the say welcome method gets pushed to the cloud under the snippet section. And what happens is anybody who has access uh, to this GitLab account specific repository will get access, will automatically, this code snippet will get updated for them. So if I want to have go and look at it with my Eclipse, I can go and look at this function right from my IDE itself, and I can copy paste it to wherever I want. So I can go and copy paste it, and it works pretty well. Yeah, the third piece I want to show you how I'm using a Slack repository, a Slack plugin. Again, it's a Eclipse plugin, but how can I use a Slack plugin to share code from Eclipse to the Slack channel? So here, I have already created a channel on Slack which is called Code Sharing Made Easy, and I'm going to show you how I will be sharing the code from the IDE itself to the Slack environment. So anybody who's a part of that channel will be able to see the code which I'm sharing. So let me select all this, and I'm going to right click again, and this time I'm going to go and say share to Slack. When I do that, it is going to ask me the channel on which I want to share it to. This time I want to share it to the channel called Code Sharing Made Easy, and I want to give a comment. Guys, please review this code. Once I do that and I click on share snippet, it is going to push the code to the Slack channel. So let me go back and check. Yes, this was just posted as we were speaking, and this line of code gets committed to the Slack. Now, as an individual who wants access to this code, one of the ways you can copy paste it to copy paste this code. It is actually formatted really well, so you can copy paste this code into your own IDE. But the other way for you to do it is You can also trigger a command from your Slack itself, and it will open it in your you can open it directly from your IDE. So you will have to go to the Slack bot, fire this command, um, and what it will say is it's going to basically uh, understand the Eclipse on which you are connected to, and it will give you back a reply that you can go back and check it. So this time it didn't happen, but the last time I did, it said your file is open, please switch to Eclipse. And once you do that, it actually lets you see the code in the Eclipse itself. So that's pretty much what the demo is all about. The demo lets you show three approaches of code sharing. The second one is the most effective because it allows you to upload code to the cloud and also share it with the required community as well.